Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
College, we've got you covered. Safe, affordable, health conscious. Our tuition is less than $20,000 a year, and scholarships are available. Make your best decision ever and apply today.
To some, this is just a ball. To Iowa Farm Bureau, it's much more. It's opportunity for small-town kids to make it big. It's our youth, our community leaders, our past, our future. It's hopes and dreams, passion and pride. To Iowa Farm Bureau, this is the reason we work so hard. This is Iowa. Iowa Farm Bureau. People, progress, and pride.
Good morning. It is Monday, day one of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament here from Wells Fargo Arena, presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. It is a beautiful morning in Des Moines, and it is a perfect time to start the tournament. Along with former Drake Bulldog and Roosevelt Rough Rider Laura Leonard, I'm Paul Yeager. We are going to have a great game to start things off today, Laura. It is a rematch of the regular season between Dowling Catholic from West Des Moines and the Waukee Warriors. This is a game they've already played once, but you just kind of throw that one behind when you get to the state tournament because it is an entirely different situation.
You throw everything out the window and you look at these two teams and they go, we're down at Wells Fargo, we're playing for a state title, forget about what happened in the past, and let's worry about today's game. Well,
this is a game that features a team that's only played, this is only their 12th game of the regular season. That's Waukee. Dowling Catholic comes in 11-6. Dowling is the non-chalk seed that made it to the state tournament as the Maroons beat Cedar Rapids, Washington at Wash last week to get into the tournament. So, hey, as Kristen Meyer would tell us, they're playing with house money.
You know what? They're just excited to be here. And, you know, she also said, who would have thought a year after Caitlin Clark graduates, where would we be? Would we be back vying for a state title? And here they are. They have persevered. They have been able to adjust, and they are playing really good basketball right now.
I think you misidentified Caitlin Clark because Chris Guest called her Jordan. Since Jordan retired, he called Caitlin Clark the Michael Jordan of basketball, and she's had an outstanding career just in the first half of her season at the University of Iowa. She is gone, but future Drake Bulldog Katie Dinnebeer is huge for Waukee.
She has been playing at a very high level ever since she got to Waukee, has battled an injury, came back from that playing very good in all aspects of the game, not only offensively. She is just pesky on defense, and she will get after you.
And this is a game where Jean Berger from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union just asked me to save my voice because she sees this one as an up-and-down affair, and I think it will be.
I think it will be, too. However, I think Dowling may want to slow the pace at times. Waukee does want to get out and run. They're a high-scoring machine. They will push tempo, and I think Dowling Catholic is going to try to dictate that a little bit. You may see them slow it down in the half court.
The Maroons are on their 22nd state tournament appearance. They're ranked 9th in 5A. The Warriors, they came out of Region 1. They were close with Ankeny at half and then just got extremely hot in the second. This is their 8th straight tournament appearance. They're number 1 in 5A. runners-up last year, and all I heard over and over on the news this morning, Laura, chip on our shoulder. We've got a chip on our shoulder. Waukee, they absolutely remember last year at state.
Little unfinished business, and that was a heck of a game that I remember. It was an exciting game, back and forth, and Waukee just wants to finish it here this year.
All right, when we come back, we'll dive deeper into what these two teams need to do to win in tonight's Kruger Seeds for Success, and the starting lineups and the pageantry that surrounds the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament from Wells Fargo Arena continues in a moment.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
And that's halftime, folks. I'm Gus Johnson, and it looks like the Clarks are starving. Over to Dad.
He goes for the Casey's app.
2 handmade pizzas.
Incredible! Casey's curbside pickup. What a play! Bringing it home. Boom! He scores with Casey's Pizza. Order any large Casey's Pizza. Score another for just $5.99.
Casey's for the win.
Back inside Wells Fargo Arena, it's time for the Cougar Seeds for Success, Laura Leonard.
Well, I think what both these teams need to do, and let's take a look at Dowling Catholic first. They want to keep the score low. They do at times want to dictate the pace, keep it at a minimum in the half court, contain the shooters, and then they need to handle the pressure defense of Waukee. Waukee will get out and press you full court, three-quarter court, and then what Waukee wants to do is they want to hold Dowling Catholic to one and done. Don't allow any hustle baskets, and then limit their paint touches. They know they're strong when they get the ball down low. They're going to limit those opportunities.
Today's Seeds for Success were brought to you by Kruger Seeds. The next time you're in need of corn or soybean seed, give your local Kruger Seeds dealer a call. Kruger Seeds, first-class seed, first-name service. Learn more at KrugerSeed.com. Back after this with the starting lineups.
You are my favorite place to go. You're at the end of my favorite.
You work hard to feed them well. That's why at Fairway, we work hard to give you the freshest produce, the highest quality meat, and the most affordable prices.
It guides me home. I got it. You're my
Fairway Meat and Grocery. It's what we're all about.
The Iowa Bankers Association is proud to help students reach their goals both financially and educationally. That's why they are honored to provide 5 student-athletes from this year's basketball tournament with $1,000 scholarships. Follow their Facebook page, facebook.com/Iowa Bankers, to see the winners. We are ready to tip off. Laura, Leonard, and I will have game 1 and the last game of the tournament. So why not? Let's start it off with a big one. Here with the banging Class 5A. Earlier than normal, let's go across and meet the two teams and Mr. Tim Fitzpatrick.
Good morning, basketball fans, and welcome to today's 2021 Girls State Basketball 5A quarterfinal matchup featuring the visiting team, the Dowling Catholic Maroons, and the home team, the Waukee Warriors. Fans, tradition is an important part of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's storied history. Because our past is an integral part of what we do today, we ask that everyone in attendance please join in a round of applause to show our appreciation to all the women who have participated in high school athletics in Iowa. Once an Iowa girl, always an Iowa girl. Fans, at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship shown by Dowling Catholic High School and Waukee High School. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Katie Carver, a member of the IGHSAU Student Athlete Advisory Committee, will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school's scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Dowling Catholic High School, Mackenzie Galley. And from Waukee High School, Keisha Brown.
The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union encourages positive behavior, pride, respect, leadership, and sportsmanship on the court and in the stands.
Remember what a great privilege it is to see your team compete. Thank you for your attendance and enjoy the game.
And enjoy the game.
And enjoy the game.
Introduce the players in today's 5A quarterfinal matchup. First of all, here are your non-starters and assistant coaches for the Dowling Catholic Maroons. Number 11, Sarah Moore. Number 13, Julia Friedrichs. Number 15, Allie Anderson. Number 21, Julia Moore. Number 25, Olivia Bailey. Number 31, Lauren Frericks. Number 33, Olivia Sprickland. And number 53, Paige Hobbs. Your assistant coaches, Joel Danner, Scott Babinet, Audrey Faber, Jonathan Vandera, and Logan Greiner. Now here are your non-starters and assistant coaches for the home team from Waukee. Number 4, Bailey Kroll. Number 12, Lily Lempe. Number 22, Kirsten Hauk. Number 24, Megan Lons. Number 30, Abigail Jones. Number 40, Cameron Weirs. Number 42, Sadie Moss. And number 44, Natalie Gallagher. Your assistant coaches, Sherry Guess, Dustin Alvine, Todd Schneider, and Ashton Yassi. And now, here are your starters for the visiting team, the Dowling Catholic Maroons. A 5'7" senior, number 1, Ella McFay. A 5'6" senior, number 3, Margaret Tobias. A 5'7" senior, number 5, Maddie Wishman. A 5'10" junior, number 23, Emma Gipple. And a 6'2" senior, number 35, Lexi Bowles. Head coach for the Maroons, Kristen Meyer. And now, here are your starters for the Waukee Warriors. A 5'6" senior, number 2, Lindsay Kelderman. A 5'8" senior, number 10, Katie Dinnebeer. A 5'8" senior, number 14, Peyton Kelderman. A 5'10" junior, number 32, Reagan Bartholomew. And a 5'9" senior, number 34, Megan Ernie. Head coach for the Warriors, Chris Guess. Now, ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to the scorer's bench as I introduce your officials as assigned to this 5A quarterfinal by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Mr. Ben Applegate, Mr. Bryant Abel, and Mr. Tim Osterhaus. And now, fans, at this time, we ask you to please join us and direct your attention to the flag as we honor America and those who protect our freedom with the playing of our national anthem performed today in a recording from Mount Pleasant High School.
We're ready for basketball. Katie Dinnebeer, Peyton Kelderman, Lindsay Kelderman, Megan Ernie, and Reagan Bartholomew, your starters for Waukee, which are in white for the Maroons. It's Ella McVeigh, Margaret Tobias, Maddie Wishman, Emma Gipple, and Lexi Bowles. And we would, again, like to thank Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, for their support. The Iowa Farm Bureau has an office located in each county across Iowa, and we'd like to thank the offices listed on your screens for their support of the two teams playing in our game today. Thank you, Iowa Farm Bureau, for supporting the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Girl. All right, Laura Leonard, we're done with the prep. It's time to see if we've done our homework. You ready?
I am so ready. Can't believe how ready I am. And I know these young ladies getting ready to step out on the floor after having to go through what they all have endured to get to this point in this season. They are ready to tip it off and start this girls' state basketball tournament.
They're the Maroons. They come out of the CIML, as do the Waukee Warriors. We'll line it up here. The Maroons are in their road maroon. Lexi Bowles will stand at center to tip it up. She also used to play for Waukee, and now she's with Dowling, and the Maroons take the opening tip. Tobias now. The Maroons go to work with Emma Gipple. McVeigh. We'll get into what some of these girls are going to do off of the court or in other sports. Ella McVeigh, one of those multi-sport athletes. She's going to play softball at Michigan. But right there, it's Emma Gipple. The drive, no good. Bowles tips it. Kelderman, Lindsay Kelderman, gets the rebound. Up ahead, Waukee, no surprise, pushes tempo. Letting them play early on, ripping it away. There is Ernie.
Looks like Dowling Catholic is in a zone. Looks like they're going to try to maybe double down when the ball goes inside.
Bartholomew now to the right corner. Back to Kelderman. Top of the key. That's Dinnebeer. She drives and kicks. Peyton Kelderman. Three is good. Early on, 3-0 Peyton Kelderman.
They really spread out that 2-3 zone, and Waukee made them spread it out because they spread the floor on offense. Dinnebeer takes the ball inside, makes that defense collapse.
Little bit of pressure. We've got a jump ball, which means it'll go back to Waukee. Coach Guest told us we would probably see some full court pressure from them, and so far that's true.
Well, they like to press anywhere on the floor, and it just doesn't matter at what time. They're going to surprise you. They're either going to go full, they're going to go three-quarter court. They may trap out of the half court.
Turn around from the free throw line. Shots no good by Reagan Bartholomew, and Ella McVeigh the rebound for the Maroons. Tobias from the right elbow. Swing it into the corner. That's Gipple. She goes in on Bartholomew. Bowles way out from the three. She'll take that shot and hit that shot. We're tied at 3.
You think of Bowles being a paint player, being with her back to the basket, but she faces up and shows her range.
She's a 39% shooter from 3, and that would add an element to this game if the Maroons can keep hitting. Three-pointer on the way from Waukee. That's drilled. You guessed it, Katie Dinnebeer. 3 buckets, all 3, Laura.
And not really necessarily what we expected in this game. Thought it might be more closer to the basket, run-outs, and we're getting the outside game now, a little bit of the inside game.
Bowles inside for a deuce.
They're looking to try to find the gaps in this 2-3 zone.
Megan Ernie for 3.
Megan Ernie at the free throw line knocks one down.
9-5. Stolen away by Waukee on the pressure as they pick the pocket of Tobias. Bartholomew waits. Now to Kelderman. Lindsay leaves it for her sister. The 3. Good!
Just out on the break. Nothing happened on the initial break, and then they reset themselves and find the open player.
Waukee has scored every point via the 3. That's 4 of them. The leading pass was almost intercepted by Kelderman. They were trying to get it to Emma Gipple, and that collision was going to happen right here in front of us.
That pass was coming right to me, and I was ready to line it up and shoot it. Everybody else is shooting threes here this morning.
There's got to be some mojo that can carry over to your shot.
Yeah, see, they're picking up right at half court. They're trying to make it very uncomfortable for the Maroons to even get into an offensive set.
Gipple now into Wishman. Now they go backdoor Kelderman, or they go Bowles, and there's going to be a foul on the floor, on the block against Waukee, and it will be Katie Dinnebeer.
Dinnebeer was coming in on the backside to help with the double team and just got there a step too late.
On that interior pass there, you could see Bowles. That's part of the offense. We'll go in, we'll go out. Trying to go to Bowles again quickly. Almost 3 Warriors collapse on her. The left-handed post move from the 6-player days gives Lexi Bowles now 7.
Great job. A little misdirection. She takes the ball one way and then that reverse pivot.
And the Maroons get a defensive stop. Tobias drives, pushes off Kelderman, or clears her off, or that was Dinnebeer on the defense there. It'll stay Maroon basketball. 4:07 first quarter early on. It's Waukee 12, Dowling 7. Bowles, loose ball. We're going to have a foul as that is Dinnebeer. She goes down. She had a knee injury as a freshman, Laura. No knee brace for her. No doubt, no lack of confidence in her range of motion.
No, none at all, and she has really worked hard to rehab from that from her freshman year. Only played 3 games in that freshman season and hurt that knee, but has come back strong. And, you know, she's played with some nagging injuries all season long and her entire career because she just plays so darn hard.
Kelderman from the right elbow. Now the top. Swinging it around. I tell you what, that defense is extended for Dowling. It has really made it hard for Waukee to get a good clean shot.
Well, and you have to look for the gaps then in that zone. When they extend out that far, you're going to find little creases in that 2-3.
Ernie, now 3 launched. First miss from 3 for Waukee, and Dowling clears it. McVeigh waits for Gipple. She'll hand it off at the top of the circle. Gipple dribbles, held up, stolen away by Lindsay Kelderman.
You got to be aware of where these guards are all the time for Waukee. You put it on the floor and don't take care of it, they're going to pick your pocket.
Extra pass to the corner is good. 3-point basket, Reagan Bartholomew.
And that's where Waukee is so good. Now you see them extend that full court pressure after the make.
And a loose ball. We're going to have a travel as Julia Moore just kind of lost it. Now coming into the game is Lauren Frericks. Going out is Emma Gipple. And they'll inbound it right in front of us here with Megan Ernie. You wouldn't know this is an early tip, Laura, by the energy level so far.
No, not at all. And I think Coach Myers from Dowling Catholic said, we'll tip it off anytime, any place, 6 a.m., 6 p.m., midnight. We just want to play some basketball.
Kelderman into the paint, now swung it around. They go back inside trying to get to Bartholomew, but it's tipped away by McVeigh.
Defense for Dowling Catholic, active hands. They've got the hands in the passing lanes, and Waukee's telegraphing some passes.
McVeigh looks to the bench. Gets the call from Joel Danner. We're going to have a 5-second call on McVeigh. Coach Meyer comes out, says something to McVeigh, like, you have got to attack.
And that's a good example of them wanting to slow the pace a little bit, getting out by the half-court line and letting some things settle in, but they just waited too long with that possession.
Dinnerbeer way out front as we approach 2 minutes, tipped away by Moore. We're going to have a loose ball, and we are going to have a foul at the logo. Julia Moore whistled for the foul, her first. Only the team's second. Inside, wide open block by Bowles. The shot by Ernie. And then Ernie collects it and gives the Warriors a second chance, something that Dowling didn't want to happen.
Don't want to give the Warriors extra possessions. They are so efficient on offense. You don't want to give them many more opportunities.
Dinnerbeer with the basketball. Good pass to the right side. That three is short. A couple of Maroons go up for it. One of them, Lexi Bowles.
Bowles did a great job of high-pointing that basketball when she pulled it in, kept it up above her head before she outlet.
Frericks gets past and then leaves it for a Warrior. Kelderman. Payton kicks it. Dinnerbeer, left corner, three, backspin, shooter's touch, 6 points for Dinnerbeer, both on threes.
Got the friendly roll. It touched all parts of the rim before it fell.
They wouldn't let you use it. They wouldn't put it out there if they didn't want you to use it.
That's right.
McVeigh had the 5 count the last time she had the basketball. Frericks harassed out front. We're under a minute. So now Waukee settles down, doesn't pressure as the Maroons down 18-7. It doesn't feel like that.
No, not at all. I was just thinking that. Dowling Catholic has certainly competed this entire first quarter, and you look up at the score and you go, wow, that's the deficit, because they have been in this game. They just haven't made shots.
The Warriors have hit 6 threes, and all of a sudden the Warrior offense, the defense comes out. Bowles shimmy, shakes, misses. Ball rattles around, dribbling down, keeping it is Katie Dinnerbeer. She's trying to call a timeout, doesn't get it. Up ahead, Warriors, 10 seconds. Swung to the right, 3 on the way from Ernie. The second shot is good at the buzzer. Peyton Kelderman, another 3. She's got 9 first quarter points, all via the 3. We've played one exciting quarter here from Wells Fargo Arena, 20-7. When we come back, the second quarter.
MidAmerican Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Des Moines. The S's are silent. The fun is always loud. And now it's easy to plan your Des Moines adventure. Introducing the Catch List. A list of all things you can't miss. All the thrills, all the chills, hops and drops. Des Moines is a city of love that'll put a smile on your face. It's easy to picture yourself here. Find your adventure at catchdesmoines.com/catchlist today.
At Central College, we've got you covered. Safe, affordable, health conscious. Our tuition is less than $20,000 a year, and scholarships are available. Make your best decision ever and apply today.
Hey fans, Central College has a tuition price less than $20,000. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu. Laura, here's the thing. Action's happening so fast. Normally in a basketball broadcast you see replays. We haven't even had time to watch the replays because it's been so fast-paced.
Well, it really has, and that's what Waukee wants to do. They want to speed up the game and make Dowling Catholic play at a pace that they're not comfortable with.
Bartholomew to Kelderman for the left-handed layup, and Peyton has to settle for just a two-point basket.
And once you get the steal and the stop, they get out and run at every opportunity. If it's not there on the initial break, then they look for a secondary.
Top of the key, Gipple dribbles down on Lindsay, and Lindsay gets the rebound.
See, the Maroons are getting inside, and they're getting good looks. They are not finishing at the rim.
Margaret Tobias is going to be called for a foul in front of the bench, and all of the staff for Kristen Meyer just kind of erupted real quick, like, oh, come on. Our crew today, Ben Applegate, Brian Abel, and Tim Osterhaus, veteran crew here at the state tournament. And so far, Laura, they're letting them play.
And that's one thing that as players, when you come into an environment like this and playing for a state title, you kind of have to figure out how this game's going to be called and adjust your game. And so far, these two teams have adjusted pretty well.
Bartholomew back out. That was Dinnebeer. Her shot no good. And who's there for the rebound but Ella McVeigh? She's that floor leader that they need. She's consistent. They just need her to figure out a way to get the basketball into her teammate hand like Emma Gipple. Lexi Bowles has had a good first quarter, and she continues it here in the second. Bowles now with 9.
If they can continue to find her that wide open at the free throw line, she's going to knock that one down all day long.
Swung into the corner for Kelderman. Now for Ernie. Dinnebeer. Back with it. Shimmy shakes left, underneath, good.
She just was able to weave her way through the defense. They got the defense out of position, got the ball back to Dinnebeer, and she made a nifty move.
Wide open three from the left side is drained by Margaret Tobias.
That was a bucket that the Maroons needed to give them a little momentum.
Dinnebeer swings it to the corner. Man, Waukee is so good at passing on that perimeter. The three-point shot by Kelderman is blocked by the Maroons. McVeigh up ahead on Dinnebeer. In transition layup, no good.
Those are buckets that McVeigh needs to finish. And Dinnebeer got back, bothered her a little bit, but you've got to go up strong and get that off the glass.
That shadow defense can be tough on a player. 3 is good from the corner. Another three-point bucket for Peyton Kelderman. She now has 4 3-pointers, Laura.
Yeah, she is feeling very comfortable and has found that spot a couple of times in the offense on the floor, knocking down those threes.
Tobias was open there. She had 14 against Waukee back in the first game on the 4th of January. She had 9 against Wash in the regional final. She's got 3 so far. We'll see if they can find Tobias in the corner a little more. Good harassment from Waukee. They get it to Tobias back out of that pressure.
Yeah, Maroons are going to back it out, and Waukee's going to sit back in the 2-3. No, they're man.
Because you're watching Gipple get trailed by the one who goes and steps in front of it, and that's Bartholomew. Shees has the ball taken away by Tobias. They're going to call a foul. Those are 2 great softball players doing battle here in basketball.
Boy, and Tobias went down really, really hard, and you can see her trailing the play, trying to get the steal, and bodies collide. Tobias took some time off. She had hip surgery and has come back to play this year, so I think she's going to check things out and make sure she's feeling okay.
Well, Dowling knew that they were going to face a pressure D and that there would be some harassment, Laura. Would you say that Dowling's been handling the pressure so far?
At times, not every time. They just have to be a little bit more methodical coming up the court, make sure of passes, give a ball fake, get that defense to shift, go the other way, then get it into the half court, use a little clock, and so they can get into their offensive sets.
So Waukee has been lights out from anywhere when they've shot the ball. Extremely hot shooting so far to start the game. I always ask this to coaches, how do you defend a hot shooting team?
You don't. You just have to make it different. You don't.
Exactly.
Let them shoot. Just let them shoot. No, you go out and you get a hand in the face. Make them move off the spot where they have been shooting from. Make them put it on the floor if they're a spot set-up shooter. If they are putting it on the floor and driving, then you've got to really defend that and make them move to where they're not in rhythm.
Lindsay Kellerman drives, then kicks to where Dinnebeer was going to be a good leading pass. Now back to Kelderman. This time it was Peyton. Katie moves, passes to Weirs, who's into the game. 3, spot up, hit up, good. Lindsay Kelderman.
They just kept working against that zone, moving inside, kicking it back out, until they found the open player.
McVeigh loses the handle for just a moment. 30-12. The score not quite indicative of what this game is and how close it is right now. 3 before the shot. We had a foul, I think, away from the basketball, as that shot taken by Maddie Wishman.
And I think Cameron Weirs is going to pick up that foul, trying to defend Lexi Bowles in the post.
Waukee on the defensive side. Dowling trying to get it to Bowles. They do. She turns around, and before the shot, she's fouled. And I think if I just read lips right, Lexi Bowles just said, it's there.
Yeah, and she's right, because she is getting that front position. They're playing behind, and then they're trying to clamp down. So if they can get that entry pass in there, she does such a great job of keeping the ball above her head. They are not going to be able to strip her of the ball.
Julia Moore now with Lauren Frericks. Ball's loose, and you guessed it, Waukee gets it. Dinnebeer back on McVeigh. McVeigh harassed her twice, 3 times. Dinnebeer the left hand.
Stayed after it and just was relentless, but so was Ella McVeigh. She did everything she could to try to slow down Dinnebeer.
Oh, the Maroons go with a high off-the-glass shot for Julia Moore for 2.
Didn't let the defense get set that time. Just attack and went right to the rim.
Lindsay. Free throw line extended. Bucket is good for Reagan Bartholomew. A little more trap coming, and it's going to be one-handed, nearly stolen away. Peyton Kelderman, but she does enough to draw a foul on Dowling.
Yeah, Julia Moore just allowing Kelderman to get in there. They have all 3 of these guards for Waukee have the very quick, active hands. They're always trying to poke and sweep and try to get that ball knocked away.
Another IMT insurance substitution. Into the corner go the Warriors. That's Ernie. Dinnebeer that was the intended receiver of that pass from Kelderman.
Ella McVeigh has had her hands on a lot of passes, really challenging that passing zone. And what a smart play, even though she stepped on the out-of-bounds line, threw it into her own court, hoping that one of her teammates could chase it down.
Waukee by 20, and I said it already just a couple of minutes ago. Now, though, in this second quarter, it does feel a little more like Waukee is in control.
They've started to settle in, get that pressure going, and that pressure defense is creating a lot of offense.
Weirs now back to Dinnebeer. Front end, no good. Rebound, Weirs put back, no good. Loses her balance. Grabbing it is Emma Gipple as we're under 2 minutes to play here in the half. Bowles, now Wishman. That's Tobias. Margaret drives, and she is going to be called for the offensive foul. taking the charge, Katie Dinnebeer. So not only offensively does she do it, Laura, she's doing it defensively as well.
Seen her do that a lot throughout her career, just the anticipation of getting over and getting to the spot and getting those feet planted.
All right, so we're now getting a look at some percentages here in the first half. Waukee is shooting 57% from the field, Laura. That's incredible. As a team, they shoot 45%, which is also incredible. Down low, Weirs muscles past Bowles. Doesn't get the shot, but does get the rebound. Kicks it back out for three. No good from Kelderman. Lexi Bowles corrals it. And then it's stolen away. Little careless pass. Lindsay Kelderman on the receiving end. Dinnebeer dishes. Catch, shoot, score. Reagan Bartholomew.
You know, Bartholomew does such a great job of finding the gap and the opening and moves to the open spot when she doesn't have the ball in her hand.
Emma Gipple is the maroon that you want to have the basketball. She has very rarely had the basketball in this first half.
We have not called her name a lot, and they would like to get her some more touches. At 11 points a game, they need to get her in the scoring column a little bit more.
Or at all. She's got no points in the first almost full half of play. Lindsay Kelderman, now Dinnebeer, under 30 to play here in the quarter. Dinnebeer, three, set up, shoot, good. She now has 13, three via the three.
When they give her a little bit of room, and it looks like the Maroon defense just relaxed on that last possession.
The interior pass to Bowles is taken away. 15 seconds to play. Bartholomew, 8 seconds. Dinnebeer, 5 seconds. Out on the three, drives, lays it up, throws it up, and there is going to be a foul on the floor on Lexi Bowles with 2 seconds to play in the half.
Dinnebeer, knowing the clock was winding down, puts it on the floor and just goes into attack mode. Bowles kind of manning the paint there, got in the way and picks up the foul.
Dinnebeer gets a free throw to go. From the line, she shoots 85%. As a team, the Warriors are 74%. We got a loose hair tie. Oh, actually, that's that tape that's used. Looks like Lampy lost it. So Dinnebeer with 2 seconds. The second free throw is good. We'll have a substitution. Sadie Moss. All Dowling can do is inbound it and let the half horn roll. It is an incredible first half for Waukee, 41-14. A 21-point second quarter, Laura, for Waukee.
Well, and they were able to build that lead because of their defense, and they got so aggressive on the defensive end that they turned a lot of those steals into points.
Hey, coming up at halftime here, we'll have a special feature from our title sponsor, Iowa Farm Bureau. We'll recap the first half stats, and we'll talk with Joe Siegrist, head coach at Valley, right after this. Waukee 41, Dowling 14 from the state tournament.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's top teams and student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's a chance for a small town kid to make it big. It's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more, to be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can be found only in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes, the coaches on a successful year, And remember, the task ahead of you is never greater than the strength within you.
I hear you're looking for a great college where you can get an affordable education. SWIC is the place for you.
I appreciate the personalized attention.
And I've gotten to meet people from all around the world.
The SWIC student housing is incredible.
I like SWIC's hands-on training.
And I'll start my career in 2 years.
I can schedule my classes online or face-to-face.
SWIC feels like a community, like family,
like home. SWIC is a place for you.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Katie Dinnebayer with 15 points for Waukee in the first half. Peyton Kelderman, 13. It has been an impressive first half for Waukee, who leads 41-14. But right now, we'd like to take a moment to once again thank our title sponsor, Iowa Farm Bureau, for their support of the state basketball tournament. Earlier this week, Tom Florian of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union had an opportunity to sit down with Iowa Farm Bureau President Craig Hill for an interview to learn more about Iowa Farm Bureau's support of the IGHSAU and student athletes across the state.
And we'd like to welcome you into the halftime show. I'm Tom Florian with the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We hope you've enjoyed the first half of action here at today's game. The Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament here now in its 102nd edition in Des Moines, a great event for the state of Iowa. And we here at the Girls Union are so thankful for those who support us in putting on this fantastic event, none of which are more important and great as Iowa Farm Bureau, our proud title sponsor. Joining me now here at halftime is President of Iowa Farm Bureau, Craig Hill. Craig, good to see you.
Good to see you, Tom.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here. We want to tell the viewers about Iowa Farm Bureau and the support that you provide to the Iowa Girls Union. My first question to you would be, why does the Iowa Farm Bureau invest in and support the Iowa Girls Athletic Union?
Oh, well, Tom, the Iowa Farm Bureau has been the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union now for 16 years. And we're thrilled, once again, to be a part of what we consider to be the best girls' state tournament in the country. And it does showcase Iowa's elite teams, our elite players, and I would suggest our elite fans as well. But we recognize the pandemic. It has certainly made the trip to qualify for this tournament just a little bit more challenging. And, I would suggest that it's also a testament to the ability of our student athletes to adapt and to persist through these tough times. So we're just so proud of these student athletes.
And you mentioned the student athletes and how they've grown and persevered through this challenging year. Talk about why Iowa Farm Bureau is so invested in supporting Iowa's youth.
Oh, well, Tom, I'm a farmer, but I've always said that our kids here in Iowa are our most important crop. And that's why the Iowa Farm Bureau provides just over $250,000 in scholarships to students each and every year. More than $450,000 over the last 8 years for Iowa's teachers in terms of classroom supplies, as well as our sponsorship of 4-H and FFA and many other youth organizations, but of course, the Governor's Scholar Program. And we recognize academic students or academics and students in Iowa through that program.
And you mentioned recognizing and providing recognition and scholarship opportunities for youth in Iowa. But these student athletes here on the court today, they're actually taking home some other types of souvenirs, if you will, from the state tournament. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, each player will receive a signature ball, a basketball that coaches and players can sign. Everyone can keep as a keepsake and kind of a reminder of what the journey has been to get them here to the state tournament. So it's an opportunity for us to provide some good memories and keep that keepsake in front of them as they go on as being leaders in Iowa in our communities.
A cool keepsake, most definitely. Well, Craig, we are out of time here at halftime, but I want to thank you again for your support of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and everything that you do. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Tom.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
They say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Maybe that's why scientists are trying to recreate real meat, trying to duplicate the taste and texture, often using more than 20 ingredients. But why tamper with what Mother Nature already perfected? A more complete, high-quality protein, Iowa raised meat is the original health food, with 9 essential amino acids necessary for the human diet. Nutrients that are hard to get from plant-based proteins. Best of all, the real meat on your dinner table tonight was sustainably raised with love by Iowa farm families. As much as people may try, there's just no substitute for the taste, texture, and nutrition of nature's perfect protein. But hey, keep at it. It's flattering that so many products want to be us.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything.
Dental insurance costs a fortune and it covers nothing.
Don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
Des Moines, the S's are silent. The fun is always loud. And now it's easy to plan your Des Moines adventure. Introducing the Catch List. A list of all things you can't miss. All the thrills, all the chills, hops and drops. Des Moines is a city of love that'll put a smile on your face. It's easy to picture yourself here. Find your adventure at catchdesmoines.com/catchlist today.
And that's halftime, folks. I'm Gus Johnson, and it looks like the Clarks are starving. Over to Dad.
He goes for the Casey's app.
2 handmade pizzas.
Incredible! Casey's curbside pickup. What a play! Bringing it home.
Boom! He scores with Casey's Pizza. Order any large Casey's Pizza. Score another for just $5.99. Casey's for the win.
Waukee in control, 41-14 here at half. Paul Yeager joined by Valley head coach Joe Segrist. And, Coach, you've seen both of these squads. We talked about it last week. Waukee's doing what Waukee does. The state tournament record for single game is 15. They're halfway there.
Yeah, I think they've got 9 already. And, man, they shoot it so well. They pass it so well. I think Dowling has to make some adjustments as far as getting out, racing out to shooters, and forcing them into driving.
But, Coach, here's the thing. Waukee has done such a fantastic job of swinging the basketball. It's hard to keep up where the ball is. I can't imagine trying to play defense on that.
No, they shot it the best against us this year. I mean, they are just very hard to guard. So making those adjustments is easier said than done for sure, Paul.
Well, so Waukee shoots it. I mean, you think, gosh, they shot 56% from 3 in the first half. They can't do that in the second half, can they?
You wouldn't think, but again, you've got to make it tougher on them. You've got to force them into drivers. They've got a nice post player in Bowles, so I would say we've got to race out at shooters, force them into some help in the paint, and force them into some closer shots.
The team that you saw that knocked you out will play later today, so it was a close game. You took Cedar Falls to overtime, but they're going to have that could be an incredible game between Johnston and Cedar Falls later today.
I think it'll be a great game. Barney is such a senior leader for Cedar Falls, and then you've got Jim Fee on the other side and a lot of shooters for Johnston, so I think that's going to be a very high-level game.
So I'm not asking you to predict or anything because that'll get you in trouble with everybody, but 5A you'd like to think is wide open, but it also is pretty strong on the top.
Yeah, I mean, Waukee is just so strong. They can throw so many scores at you. If they shoot it well, you'd have to consider them the number 1 seed favorite, but there's a lot of other really good teams. Johnston's solid. Waterloo West is very impressive out on the other side.
That Iowa City West, Waterloo West later today. And from West Des Moines Valley, that's head coach Joe Segas. Great season. Next year we'll see you over there. How about that?
All right, that sounds good. Thanks, Paul.
All right, we'll take a quick break. The third quarter when we come back.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Fans' official state tournament merchandise is now available online. Time to get your smartphones out. Just scan the QR code on your screen right now or visit IGHSAU.org to browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. Laura Leonard, Paul Yeager with you. Class 5A, first game of the day, quarterfinal action. The winner of this will face the winner of Southeast Polk and Ankeny Centennial, which is set to tip at 11. Backdoor cut. Katie Dinnebeer makes it look way too easy. She's now got 17 points.
That's just good execution on the offensive end, working together, knowing where each other are going to be on the court.
And already some full pressure. McVeigh shoots the first three. Looks like that's maybe what Dowling's going to do here in the second half.
They're going to look to try to get those bonus baskets if they can, and they did have some luck though going inside to Lexi Bowles, so if they can get that good balance, they may be able to chip away at this lead.
Bowles alters the shot and the Maroons clear it. Driving is Gipple, who is silent in the first game, and she's going to get a chance to get in the scoring column with 2 free throws coming on the foul.
You can see the first 2 possessions for the Maroons not as tentative as they were in the first half. They got the look at the 3. They get Gipple with the ball on the floor, taking it and going to attack the rim.
Emma Gipple averages 11 on the season. She scores her first point at the 7:07 mark here in the third quarter.
And these two teams met earlier this year. She had 7 points and 10 rebounds, so they need to get her the ball a little bit more, get her more touches to see if she can create.
Sounds like that was they're using the same game plan on her if they kept her below her season average, and so far it's working. Bartholomew looked for the backdoor cut, wasn't there, turned around and shot it. Bowles steps in front for the loose ball and grabs it. Stolen away, Katie Dinnebeer. Picked the pocket, goes in for the left-handed layup.
It's just one of those intimidating factors when you're dribbling the ball up the court and you see Dinnebeer just sitting there in great defensive position. You're thinking, how am I going to get the ball up against her? She's got such quick hands, and she was able to pick the pocket that time.
Bowles looks for the backdoor pass to Maddie Wishman, and in front of the pass was Lindsay Kelderman. Peyton, now Bartholomew, drives, gets rid of it, and just lost control and her balance. She's helped up. Turnover. 45-16.
Well, I have to say here to start the third quarter, I do like what Dowling Catholic has been doing offensively. They have been just a little bit more on the attack side of things. They just haven't been able to connect.
Wishman misses into the corner. Tobias, and then McVeigh stole it and tried to get it back to Tobias. Just threw it away. A lot of momentum, a lot of inertia to overcome there. Just couldn't do it.
Ella McVeigh is just single-handedly trying to will her team back into this ball game.
Dinnebeer with it on the right wing. Now to the corner. Three-point shot. Picks up right where they left off. Megan Ernie.
Great inbound play. They get the ball in, and Ernie steps in right to that three-point line. They return the ball to her after she was the inbounder.
Driving, pitching, dishing, scoring are the Maroons. That time it's Maddie Wishman with her first 2.
Great look, dribble drive on the baseline, and then that baseline cut. Little scoop pass.
Lindsay Kelderman, now Dinnebeer. 3-point, Bartholomew, no. Not much on the body, was more on the arm back and forth between Wishman and Kelderman, and it'll go in the Maroons' favor. The Maroons, there's Ella McVeigh. That's Emma Gipple. They break the press with just 2. Back and forth. 3 launched and connected. Margaret Tobias.
That's what they need to do, is continue to break this pressure and then look for the long-distance shots. And Tobias calmly knocked one down.
Boy, did you see that defense there by McVeigh? She denied the front, the left, and Lindsay Kelderman's shot no good. Good rebound, Ernie, no good. Tipped away, Lexi Bowles got it from Gipple. And now Bowles is going to be collapsed upon, and she is going to be called for a foul. Well, actually, no. They're going to whistle that one on Peyton Kelderman.
They knew that Bowles is probably not the best ball handler on this team, but they covered everybody else up and made her bring the ball, and then when she picked it up, they collapsed down on her and caused problems.
You'll hear fire, you'll hear up, whatever you hear when somebody picks up their dribble, that is like blood in the water for this Warrior defense. Wishman loses control. Stepping in to take the charge was Bartholomew, but no call there. And Waukee goes to work on the left side of your screen in their white jerseys. Bartholomew thought about it on Bowles. Will dribble up. Good option. Goes to the corner. Lindsay Kelderman. Lindsay dribbles left. Pulls up. Spins around. Throws up the prayer. Not answered. Gipple the board. Up ahead McVeigh. 3. Good!
Didn't even think about putting the ball on the floor. Just turned and sized it up and let it fly.
Bartholomew thought about the 3. Kelderman in the paint. Gets rid of it. Peyton lost control. Gets it back to her sister. Ball is loose. Tobias ripped it away.
Right now, I think the Maroons are kind of playing without any fear. They figure we're down. We've got to figure a way to claw our way back into this ball game. So we're going to take some chances and some risks, and it's paying off for them.
Lexi Bowles, top of the key, approaching 3 minutes to go, third quarter. She backs down her defender. Post right, left-hander, won't go. And the future Illinois State Redbird.
We talked about that with Coach Meyer, and the fact that she has another player that played under her at Illinois State, Lexi Kudelka from Nevada, is having a good season for the Illinois State Redbirds, and now Lexi Bowles is going to go join her next year over in Bloomington Normal.
I asked Coach Meyer, I said, so did you have anything to do with that? She goes, no, that was all done around me. You know, she's not a recruiter for the college level to get somebody to Illinois State, but if you remember Lexi Kudelka for Nevada, state champion there, that's where Coach Meyer won a state championship before she came to Dowling Catholic and replaced Bob and Sharon Hansen, Sharon and Bob Hansen, however you want to refer to it.
Well, Sharon would tell you it's Sharon
It
and
is
Bob
Sharon and Bob Hansen. Miss talking basketball with those two, man. Always, they'd seen it all.
Patience on the offensive side for the Warriors.
Bartholomew launches. Gipple there for the weak side or the strong side board. Bowles for 3. The left-hander is short. Ernie scoops up the loose one. Lindsay Kelderman into the paint, same spot. Swings it to the corner. Lindsay Kelderman connects another 3. She has 6 points, all via 3. Gipple gets it in to Julia Moore, but she's going to have to hang around as they try to break this pressure. Moore dribbles right through it and then pulls up her dribble and thinks she's seeing double as both Kelderman twins are on her.
Boy, and she did a good job of dribbling right through the double team.
Blocked away by Ernie on the Lexi Bowles drive.
Ernie and Bowles have been having a quiet little battle down low between the two of them.
McVeigh inbounds it, Lexi Bowles. Now Emma Gipple, who's only got 2 points, and they're both free throws.
They have just not been able to shake her free.
Driving in and ripped away Dinnebeer, playing defense there. And then we have a foul on the shot. We'll shoot 2. I don't know, Laura. You know, Katie Dinnebeer gets a lot of credit, headlines, ink, press about her offense. But her defense is top-notch.
I wouldn't want to go up against her. She is pesky. She's relentless. She gets down in great defensive position. She anticipates very well. And just, if you're the ball handler, she's a nuisance. She gets in your head, and that's a big part of the game.
First free throw is missed by Gipple. She'll have another. And this one she connects, so Gipple with 3, all here in the third quarter. Coming up on a minute, 51-27. Waukee in control, but Dowling not going away. Bartholomew launches. This time it was long, and then we're going to have a foul on Peyton Kelderman. I think she kind of brought her arm up over her head, and that's what you see from afar.
Yeah, it looked like Tobias had good inside rebounding position, and Kelderman just kind of came from the back, tried to poke it away, but brought those hands down.
Maroons get it in. Into the corner, Tobias. No. Kelderman, the board. And then a foul. Let's see, McVeigh. The official's looking at McVeigh, and he puts up a 1 finger, which means it's Ella. She'll go to Michigan and play softball. Tobias will go to Kentucky to play softball. I said, Coach Meyer, what's it like when you have these softball players that are so good that on your team? You glad to have them out for basketball? Yeah, but she just knows she's not going to have them in the summer.
But they both they're 100% basketball. They're with them, even though they might not be playing with them in the summer and doing summer workouts because they are playing softball. But they are totally with this team and a big part of this team as well. And they're just great athletes. You can see that on the court.
Boy, Julia Moore just absolutely harassing Katie Dinnebeer. So there's what Coach Joe Segrist talked about at halftime. You've talked about it as well. You just got to disrupt, maybe not make them shoot the ball from the same spot. That's what Moore is trying to do.
She's going to make it very difficult. She's going to stay in the hip pocket of Dinnebeer.
Katie with it, 5 seconds. Drives in left side, left-hander shot, no good. Bowles the rebound, 1 second away, and that'll end the third quarter. Another big quarter for Waukee, 51-27. But the Maroons win that corner, 13-10, but they still trail the third, or the final frame when we return.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you, and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
You are my favorite place to go. You're at the end of my favorite.
You work hard to feed them well. That's why at Fairway, we work hard to give you the freshest produce, the highest quality meat, and the most affordable prices. Fairway Meat and Grocery. It's what we're all about.
Central College has a tuition price less than $20,000. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever. The scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu. The three-point game record in 5A is 15, set by Waukee in 2020. They have 11 three-pointers. That'll be one thing to watch here as we get started in the fourth quarter. Along with Laura Leonard, I'm Paul Yeager. Early on, the Maroons just still fighting. Ella McVeigh gets it on the floor. Emma Gipple, right elbow. Good.
And I think that is the first time today that we can say she was wide open. They have been all over her, blanketing her, not allowing her to get any touches.
Abigail Jones is out there now in this quarter. That's Peyton Kelderman. She's looking for Katie Dinnebeer on the cut. Finally gets rid of it. Also out there is Lindsay Kelderman and Megan Ernie. Ernie with it in the middle of the paint. Has to get rid of it and out of the paint. Back for the three is short. And we're going to have a foul on Dowling as Lindsay Kelderman was going for that loose ball and got bumped.
And that's another thing that Waukee does very well. Go to the offensive glass. Give themselves extra opportunities on the offensive end.
McVeigh, Gipple, Bowles. He's at Julia Moore and then Tobias. Three's no good. And grabbing the loose ball is Margaret Tobias. Tobias has her balance knocked off just a little bit, and then Abigail Jones the foul, and she's like, oh, I've been watching the game, and that wasn't a foul. Thought you had to have a little more contact than that. Reagan Bartholomew comes back in on this IMT substitution. Ella McVeigh for three, no. Katie Dinnebeer, weak side rebound. Gosh, we've said that a time or two.
Look at how quickly they get the ball down the floor.
Peyton. And then Lindsay Kelderman's shot is blocked by Lexi Bowles.
Actually, that was Gipple, I think, in there that blocked that.
And we're going to have a foul on. It's going to be on Waukee on the inbounds, and I think I heard Reagan Bartholomew. So if you look at points, Katie Dinnebeer has 19. Last year, Laura, at the state tournament, she had 24, 25, and 29 in the tournament. She's picking right up where she left off last year.
Well, and in the regional final against Ankeny, she had 25 points in that game. So she, when it gets to this point in the season, she brings it up a notch.
You know, she plays a lot of basketball. You know, you hear the term gym rat, and I'm pretty sure you could use that on her. Kelderman clears a little space. Now Ernie. Peyton tipped away. Bowles got a hand on it. McVeigh is going to be called for the foul right in front of the Waukee bench and student section. And there's going to be a discussion here about number and this McVeigh on the hold. Chris Guess gets a little explanation. I think he wants a little more severity in that foul.
They hooked arms, and McVeigh just ushered her to the ground.
Dinnebeer shakes the defense, bakes it, no good on the three. McVeigh just dribbles past everybody, but then Reagan Bartholomew takes it away. Reagan Bartholomew, Laura, her numbers are impressive. 385 hitter, 411 on base percentage, and she slugs .702.
Yet, we're on the basketball court.
We're on the basketball court.
And here are her numbers on the back. She averages 11 points a game, almost 6 rebounds a game. She shoots 46% from the floor and just does all the little things. A great multi-sport athlete.
And that doesn't happen in 5A as often as it does in maybe the smaller classes. As the ball is knocked out of bounds, it'll go back to Waukee. Bartholomew, I think for a long time, everybody in Waukee kind of thought, yeah, she's going to play softball. But all of a sudden here, basketball, like you said, Laura, her numbers have really picked up, and there just might be a future in basketball if she wants it.
Well, Coach Guest said that we just don't know where the ceiling is for Reagan right now. She keeps improving and improving, and she could end up doing basketball. It just depends on which opportunity she wants to take, because she's going to have opportunities in both sports.
And there was an offensive foul. You got a good look there as Ernie kind of threw the shoulder and the forearm on the replay. Gipple drives down on Bartholomew and then is fouled on the floor. And that is going to be charged to Peyton Kelderman, her third.
Now, the first time earlier this season these two met, and Waukee won that game 75-50.
Now we're getting a little... Some bodies hitting the floor. I got to tell you, these Dowling girls, it's been easy to stay intense with this call of this game, Laura, because Dowling has had absolutely no quit, even though they're down right now 21 points.
And they have come out with a different mindset in the second half as far as how they were going to play these last two quarters of this ball game. They're going to be more aggressive, a little more physical, trying to fight their way back into this game.
Well, Waukee's only scored 10 points in the second half. Dinnebeer kicks, and then she's called for the offensive foul. Emma Gipple takes the charge.
You can just see the mindset of the Maroons has changed here in this fourth quarter, and they are just going all out, doing whatever they can to try to score points and go after this Waukee team.
McVeigh across midcourt has the basketball back now, guarded by the throw up by Moore, and she's going to be called for the offensive foul, and I think that's her fourth. No, that's her fifth. So Julia Moore is going to foul out at the 4:26 mark here in the fourth quarter. Her team down 21 points. Julia Moore, a sophomore. Coach has said she's finished some games, but she won't tonight.
I think she was the one that got the assignment to let's get a little physical, let's try to get Dinnebeer out of her ball game, and she took that to heart, was being very aggressive here in the second half.
Timeout, Waukee at the 4:16 mark here. We're actually going to take a break, I think. We haven't had many of those. No, because we'll keep it here. It's a 30-second timeout. Waukee, if they can hold out, would play Thursday at 10 a.m. against the winner of Southeast Polk and Centennial. Polk and Centennial have had some good regular season games over the last few years. You saw Southeast Polk on their regional final game. What do you think of the Rams?
They have all the pieces, and they have a nice balance of inside-outside. Their defense is very similar to what we're seeing with Waukee, but maybe not as high level as Waukee, but they still are effective in the full court pressure and the half court press. So defensively, they do a lot of good things. They've got a lot of weapons on offense.
And for Centennial, they have Maggie Phipps, who is an addition to the team that played at North Polk, moved just a couple of miles south and ends up in the Centennial district. And she's given that a Scott DeYoung team that actually, I can't believe I'm saying this, pushes the tempo from time to time.
Yeah, that's a little surprising, but I think this is going to be a good matchup in that second game of the day.
Yeah, I think the rest of 5A will leave off where we are right here with the intensity. They'll pick it up. Kelderman's shot is blocked by Ella McVeigh. My gosh, Ella McVeigh has done everything today.
Yeah, she really has, and she, as we talked about, is a softball player, but she is showing her abilities here on the basketball court, contributing in all facets of the game.
McVeigh launches and misses. I think that was maybe tipped just a little bit. And we're going to have a jump ball Lindsay Kelderman was one of the players tied up. I missed who it was for Dowling, but the Maroons get it on the alternating possession.
Yeah, Lexi Bowles was saying to her teammates, I'm open on the inside. They have obviously gone to the perimeter game, but she's only gotten a couple of shots here in the second half.
Wishman's three is no good. Dinnebeer thought about the three, held her left pivot foot, drive, shuffles, and will get two as she's fouled by Lexi Bowles.
Dinnebeer does such a great job of showing the ball, giving that little pump fake, and when the defense flies out at her, she puts the ball on the floor and takes it to the hoop.
You may watch the Drake Bulldogs a little bit.
It's just a hair.
What Drake Bulldog does she remind you of, Katie Dinnebeer?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not sure that Drake has had a point guard like Dinnebeer. She's a little more physical than like a Caitlin Engel. And I do think she has the passing skills and the ability to drive and shoot. I mean, I'm not sure that Drake really has had that kind of point guard that has all those skills.
She thought about the three. Hard pull. This time she'll get the assist if that shot goes for Bartholomew. It doesn't, but Kelderman gets the rebound. Dinnebeer sets up for three, hits it. 23 points, the fourth three of the ball game for Katie Dinnebeer. You're going to have to think about that Drake reference. We'll probably talk about that again this week, Laura.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back into the archives and see what point guards remind me of Katie Dinnebeer.
Lexi Bowles banks it for two. She's got 13. Bartholomew, the cutting, Ernie, left side, high glass through the rim, good.
Wow, that is some fantastic passing by the Warriors that time.
Every starter for Waukee has hit a three. McVeigh launches it, and she's going to get a chance for 3 free throws as Bartholomew fouled her. McVeigh averages 7, only 3 points today. She's got that many fouls, too. And gets the first. Free throw percentage for the Maroons, 61% as a team, 46% for McVeigh, as she misses the second. As the fans here, I haven't even really looked around at the fans much today, Laura, but they're kind of spaced out, but it doesn't feel like a 9 a.m. game, now 10 a.m. on a Monday.
No, they've done a good job of spacing out and being vocal and supporting their teams.
Dinnebeer with it. 2 minutes to play in this contest. 57-34. So we're going to have to decide who will be our Casey's player of the game, Laura. Is it Katie Dinnebeer? Is it that one, Peyton Kelderman? With a shot like that, how could you say no? She now has 16.
That might have just cemented that player of the game for her. And I think I might have an answer for you as I've been thinking about the comparison of a Drake. There is a player, Stephanie Schmitz.
Oh.
Way back in the day, played with Lisa Brinkmeyer, who's here at the Girls Athletic Union. Stephanie Schmitz was very similar to a Katie Dinnebeer.
All righty. Kelderman, as we approach a minute. Bartholomew leaves it. Launches it, 3, no good for Kelderman. And we're going to have a timeout by Waukee because we are going to have full substitutions here for the final 61 seconds. All the starters heading out for both of these teams. So Dinnebeer, Kelderman, Ernie, Bartholomew, McVeigh, Tobias, Wishman, and Gipple and Bowles all go out for the Maroons. So let's see if we can get everybody in.
Giving everybody an opportunity to get onto the floor at the state tournament, possibly score some points.
Paige Hobbs, Olivia Spracklin, also Allie Anderson, Olivia Bailey out for the Maroons for Waukee, it's Abigail Jones and Cameron Weirs. That's Sadie Moss. Bailey Kroll. Inside they go Moss, the turnaround, no good. And Paige Hobbs takes it away with 30 seconds.
Nice post up by Moss on the inside, just couldn't finish.
Sarah Moore, backdoor pass. Allie Anderson dribbles out of the traffic, goes out to three, launches it, hits it! 3-point basket for Allie Anderson, the sophomore. Look at this move. That was NBA range.
That was. She just towed it up, got her feet set, the shoulders square, and knocked it home.
Inbounding it is Lily Lampy. She'll get it back to Megan Lance. And we've got 10 seconds here. To the right side. Lampy can't get it off before the shot. It goes anyway. It doesn't count. But it's a 60-37 first-round win for Waukee.
Well, very impressive by Waukee, and give Dowling Maroons credit because they came out and played hard, especially in that second half. They changed their mindset of how they were going to play this game and made a little run and did a good job of holding Waukee down, but Waukee had built up that lead in the first half.
In just a moment, we'll present our Casey's Player of the Game after Tim Fitzpatrick does a little house.
Fans, please direct your attention to the court for the awards presentation. In addition to receiving medallions, each participating player will receive a commemorative basketball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Gary Ross and Gene Berger. Congratulations to head coach Kristen Meyer and the Maroons from Dowling Catholic on an outstanding basketball season. And now, Katie Dinnebeer from Waukee will advance their team to the next round in the official bracket at center court. Waukee fans, your team advances to the 5A semifinals and will play the winner of our next game between Southeast Polk and Alkeny Centennial on Thursday at 10 a.m. And fans, on behalf of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, we thank you for coming out today and supporting your favorite team.
The Maroons finished the year at 11-7. Waukee advances to 11-1. Lauren Leonard, let's talk about your Casey's Player of the Game for Waukee.
Well, we talked, there's several candidates, but I think we talked a little bit about it. Peyton Kelderman, 16 points, 6 of 10 shooting, 4 of 6 from three-point range, and 3 rebounds and 1 assist. And I think a great all-around game, just very disruptive on the defensive end, and was able to get things started for Waukee right at the beginning of the game, knocking down big buckets.
Peyton Kelderman is your Casey's Player of the Game, and Casey's is proud to sponsor the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. And today's Player of the Game, Casey's, is at the heart of many Iowa communities, cheering on our local teams and fans, making sure there's fresh pizza ready. Win or lose, sign up for the new Casey's Rewards, the rewards program that gives back by letting you redeem points for Casey's cash, fuel discounts, and donations to local schools. So Laura Leonard will have the 5A final on Friday night at 7 on Iowa PBS. There's a good chance Waukee, if they play like they did, is going to be playing Friday night.
If they play at a level that we saw here this morning, they certainly will be in that championship game, and I think they feel like they have a little unfinished business.
And we have some unfinished business as well. It's called Game 2, which this year the schedule a little more spread out, so you have time to go back and do a little bit of work, maybe take a meeting virtually or something like that. It's the next game tips at 11 o'clock between Centennial and Southeast Polk. For Laura Leonard, I'm Paul Yeager and the rest of the crew here for the Digital Network. We thank you for watching. This has been a production of the 2021 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.